Next up will be 3 Nephi, chapter 25.
For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly, shall be stubble. And the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. But unto you that fear my name shall the Son of Righteousness arise with healing in his wings, and ye shall go forth and grow up as calves in the stall. And ye shall tread down the wicked, for they shall be ashes under the soles of your feet, in the day that I shall do this, saith the Lord of hosts.
This chapter refers to Malachi chapter 4. So this is more of the words of Malachi that Jesus told them to write down. And I suspect the only reason they broke it out from the previous chapters because in the book of Malachi it's different chapters, so therefore they just kept it this way to line them up. All right, but now it's saying in the first verse, it says that the day is going to come where it's going to be a burning up and so forth, a burning up of the wicked. All right, it's you know, the imagery there may be a little difficult to talk about or to think about, but I mean that's what we believe, that those who are wicked at the end of the day get burned up. All right, so it says the day is coming when that would happen, and so although we may say, well, gee, why is this in there like that? All right, but in the second verse it says, but unto you that fear my name, shall the Son of Righteousness arise with healing in his wings, and you'll go forth and grow up as calves in the stall. So really, it's another way of saying the gospel message. All right, see that a lot of people see the burning up as a punishment or whatever. Really, it's where everybody is headed unless they allow Christ to save them from that. All right, so that's what I always try to reinforce to people. It's not that we're talking about the punishment. It's where everybody's going, but the Lord has provided a way to take people off that path, to take people where they can go to be where God's going to be, and that way is through Christ. All right, so this is really just another statement of the gospel message. That's why it says the day's going to come, and they're already burned up, but if you fear my name, then the Son of Righteousness arises with healing in his wings and saves you from that. Right, and now 3 is just a reference to the Israel part of it. It says you'll tread down the wicked and so forth, because again we're talking about the time of Zion, that the wicked are going to be gone. So it's going to be just those who were righteous that would remain. And so I guess the imagery is continuing. It says, well, now they're going to be ashes under the soles of your feet because we burned them up. All right, again, I don't know. It's literally like they're going to walk on the ashes of the wicked people, but the idea is that they're not going to bother them any further because they'll be gone at that point.
Remember ye the law of Moses, my servant, which I commanded unto him in Horeb for all Israel, with the statutes and judgments. Behold, I will send you Elijah the prophet before the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord. And he shall turn the heart of the fathers to the children, and the heart of the children to their fathers, lest I come and smite the earth with a curse.
Now in 4 he's saying, again remembering that this is the prophet Malachi speaking. He says, remember the law of Moses, my servant, I commanded unto him in Horeb for all Israel, with the statutes and judgments. Now the words of Malachi came before Christ, so that's why the law of Moses is still referenced here, and saying that the law of Moses at the time gave out the statutes and the judgments. In other words, you do this, or else this is going to happen. So that's why it's saying continue to observe the law that the Lord has given us. All right, and then now in 5 it says, behold, I'll send you Elijah the prophet before the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord. So here when it's saying I'm going to send you Elijah the prophet, all right, it's not really going to pluck Elijah from the dead and bring him back to be in front of the people. All right, some people thought that that's what it meant when it said that. It's going to send you Elijah the prophet. They were looking for Elijah the prophet to appear, right? But really it's saying somebody who would carry the spirit of Elijah, that the prophet would appear, right? John the Baptist was one such person, but if we're going to talk about the future from now, that could be the choice here who would carry that kind of spirit. But so when it's talking about sending Elijah the prophet, it means somebody who carries the spirit of Elijah the prophet, and would be of a similar way into the house of Israel. Okay, and then as you can see, it says he'll turn the hearts of the fathers, the children of the father. In other words, he'll bring families together, right? Because if you're serving God, one of the statutes of serving God, or the principles of serving God, is that family is important. See that whereas once you get away from God, suddenly it seems like family is not so important. It's more what's important for me, all right? Or is it just a lot of times more of a selfish thing, whereas, you know, if you're serving God, well, now family is important, and families can be reconciled, and problems that have come up can be worked out, and so forth. So that's what he's saying, that part of this would be that families would be brought together as well.